There's a few guys on this team struggling from deep, and guys who, OG and Siakam, who are sort of essential to what you do. I know you have the green light and have no problem using it. Can you sort of empathize with them who don't have the track record that you do, and the team still wants them and needs them to shoot and get better from there?
It's confidence, we see them work every single day, and we know the ability they have, and we watch them make strides in it. And I mean, when you're young, there's going to be up and downs regardless. So like, three-point shooting is definitely going to go up and down. You got everything else you're dealing with. Then you got the fact that OG's young, and both of those guys are primary defenders also. So that takes a toll on it. And trying to focus on that and using so much of your legs and energy for that, and then trying to make threes too. It's not, the easiest thing in the world to do, especially when you're trying to become a three-point shooter. Thank you.
You mentioned them being primary defenders. That's like why you need them hitting the three-pointers, is because in playoff time you want those guys on the floor, but not if they're going to be left completely open. Right?
That's true too. Yeah. And I don't think any of those guys is at a point where you could just dare them to shoot it. I think they're figuring it out, and they've been able to make some. OG especially, because he's got a lot more attempts and been able to find open looks. Pascal's biggest thing is confidence. It's not form. It's not a lack of work. We watch him every single day, and everybody works with him every single day and watches him do it. It's just about him finding the rhythm in it, just believing in it, and especially when it's not, your natural instinct. Like he wants to be getting to the basket, slashing, cutting, diving, and things like that. So he's adding that to his game. And the belief part's going to come second.
To the final.
When was the last? Have you seen any NBA fights like in the last 5 years? Because it doesn't happen very often anymore, does it?
I mean, guys, I don't know. I mean, everybody's. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just funny to see and watch, because especially a lot of these guys is talking crazy. These tough guys, these gangsters, that there's no gangsters in the NBA. Like, it'd be hard. I know your schedule. I know where you at from end of September until April at least. So, I mean, it's hard to be really in the streets and doing that crazy thing. And I understand standing up for yourself. And, and I'm not saying none of these guys can't fight or they won't fight, but I just don't think it's really necessary. Like, I don't know what was said. I can't speak on the situation. I don't know what the history is. So, I mean, that's a different thing too. But as far as playing basketball, like, nobody's ever said anything to me on the floor that made me feel like I needed to try to beat him up on national TV. That's just me though, So,
well, like Kyle kind of said, like, he was ready to. He looked like he was ready if there's something happened. I mean, usually,
and that one, I was firsthand part of, and there was a lot of talking that was really unnecessary. I didn't understand. I mean, I don't. There's no doubt in my mind that that Kyle would fight, but I'm around him. Like, I know him, so I don't know Ben Simmons. I don't know his thing. I can't speak for him, but they both kind of got a little far.
Yeah.
But there was
than most guys get. Right?
Yeah, they both and for them to talk about meeting in the hallway is crazy. Like anybody's gonna let them do it. And I think a lot of guys honestly talk because they know nobody's gonna let them really fight.
It's like the slam dunk contest, hold me back. Right?
Yeah, that type of thing, like hold me back, and then hopefully nobody lets me go. So I don't know. Like, it's just funny. Like, my stance on fighting, I don't really want to do it anyway. I don't care if it's NBA, outside, whatever. I don't think about it differently. As Alonzo stands over there, being a Chicago native, and see, there's no telling what type of stuff he might do, being where he's from. So you never know, man. These guys, I can't speak for everybody. It's just unnecessary. I think. I think it's basketball. It's a game. You compete. You competitors. And I understand tempers flaring sometimes, and jarring at each other, back and forth. That's part of the game. It's been part of the game since we were little kids. But I don't know what was said though. So I can't. Especially to go barging in the locker room after the game to hear all this other stuff. Nah. I heard some stories about people waiting outside though. I heard a Jerry Stackhouse story one time. Said he changed shoes and everything. Wherever Stack is, I heard about that. Yep. That was in Utah actually. Yep. So that's why I heard. Yeah, I heard the story about that. And I've heard stories about guys you just didn't want to mess with. Yeah. And the league was a lot different then too, though.
Yes, it was.
It was kind of allowed, It was part of the entertainment.
Yeah. Until
Now we got a bunch of tweeters.
Like, how old were you when the Malice at the Palace happened?
What year was that?
2004.
4. I was a junior in high school. So 17.
Do you remember it?
16, 17. Yo, shit. I remember it. I remember laughing because Ron Artest laid down and put his hands behind his head.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna entertain this. Yeah. And then somebody threw something and he ran. Like it was crazy. And I remember thinking that if Jermaine O'Neal hadn't slipped, that guy might have been in a coma.
Yep.
So it was crazy though. That was, and I think that was the beginning of the end of that.
Yep.
You know, I think the game started to change, the league started to change, social media came, and you're able to really clean the league up. They used to deal with, crazy if you average 20 a game.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to deal with crazy. Like the game's, there's too much at stake for it.
Well, so much money.
Yeah.
You get suspended now.
Yeah.
Like Ron just got suspended for 80 games. When
Yeah, that's a season.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole year.
And that's a title contender got ripped apart and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think any of my money is worth trying to fight somebody that I'm getting on a plane to leave and not gonna see him for weeks anyway. Like it's not part of my life. Yeah, I don't.
Nice guy.
That's, like I said, I can't speak for everybody. I think negativity is draining.